magbalik buhay, magpabakuna.
Pilipinas. Balitang IATF muna po tayo ha. Kung inyong matatandaan, nag-issue inyong IATF ng isang resolution tungkol sa bagong testing at quarantine protocols sa mga galing sa green at yellow list countries. Kung maalala nyo, yung mga bakunado na, ang protocol po ngayon ay facility quarantine, and on the 5th day, kukuha ng PCR. Kung negatibo, mag-home quarantine hanggang 10th day. Kung hindi bakunado, facility quarantine hanggang 7th day, tapos kukuha ng PCR, pagkatapos ay another 7-day home quarantine. Walang tanong, ito po kasi ay epektibo October 8. Ano mangyayari dun sa mga nagko-quarantine na po, no? Bago mag-October 8. Ang mabuting balita po, naglabas po ng bagong resolution ang inyong IATF na ginagawang retroactive po ang applicability ng bagong protocols sa mga dumarating galing sa green at yellow lanes. So kung kayo po ay pang-anim ng araw sa facility quarantine, magpa-PCR na po kayo kasi pag negative yan, pwede na po kayong mag-home quarantine. Inatasan din po ng inyong IATF sa concerned agencies na tiyakin na maayos na magpapatupad ng pagtanggap sa National Digital Certificate of Foreign Government na tumatanggap ng VaxCert-PH sa ilalim ng Reciprocal Agreement or WHO-issued ICV. Ito ay kaugnay ng pagkumirma ng vaccination status ng non-OFWs at dayuhan sa fully vaccinated abroad. Sa usaping bakina po dumating kahapon, linggo, October 10, ang halos 1 milyon or 918,450 doses ng Pfizer vaccine. Kasamang shipment nito sa 1.8 million total doses na donasyon ng Estados Unidos sa Pilipinas sa pamamagitan ng COVAX facility. Mamaya naman po ay inaasahan darating ang natitirang doses na nasa halos 1 milyon din, 924,300. Meron din pong dumating na 1.3 million or 1,363,300 doses na Moderna vaccine noong Sabado, October 9. 885,700 doses naman po ang binili ng gobyerno, habang 477,600 ang binili ng pribadong sektor. Bago nito, dumating po noong Biyernes, October 8, ang mahigit 2 milyon or 2,132,140 doses ng Moderna vaccine. Sa bilang na ito po, 1,384,280 doses ay binili ng pamahalaan, habang 747,860 naman pong doses ay binili ng pribadong sektor. May dumating din po na 661,100 doses ng AstraZeneca vaccine noong Biyernes, October 8, na binili ng pribadong sektor. Sa ngayon, steady ang dating ng bakuna, kaya naman po wala na pong problema sa ating supply. On track pa rin po tayo sa target na 100 million doses para sa buwan ng Oktubre, kaya paghusayan natin ang pagbabakuna. Habang dumadami po ang bakuna dahil steady ang supply natin, mas makakapagbukas po tayo ng ekonomiya. Pag nagbukas ng ekonomiya, mas maraming hanap buhay. Yan lang naman po ang gusto natin para sa ating mga kababayan. No? Ingat buhay para sa hanap buhay. Okay? Now, dahil steady nga po ang supply ng ating mga bakuna, magsisimula na sa Biyernes, October 15, ang initial rollout para sa may mga comorbidities na may edad hanggang 12 hanggang 17 sa NCR. Simula na po tayo ng ating juvenile vaccination. Start na rin po ang bakunahan ng general population So lahat na po ay po pwedeng magpabakuna. Ito ay pagsunod sa kautusan ng Pangulo na nakasaad po sa IATF Resolution number 141. Samantala, ito naman po mabuting balita, halos 50 million na or 49,673,491 doses ang total vaccines administered ayon sa October 10, 2021 National COVID-19 Dashboard. Sa bilang na ito, lampas 23 million or 23,186,969 or 30.06% na po ang fully vaccinated sa buong Pilipinas. Sa Metro Manila po, nasa mahigit 16 million or 16,500,247 ang total doses administered. Ang magandang balita po, halos 9 million or 8,921,027 ang nakatanggap na ng first degree. Ibig sabihin, 91.25% na po ang merong first dose. Habang nasa mahigit 7.5 million or 7,579,220 or 77.53% na po ang fully vaccinated sa Metro Manila. Good job! Tara na po at magpabakuna, no? Ligtas at epektibo lahat ng brand na pumasa sa ating FDA at sa WHO. Ayon sa Center for Disease and Control or CDC ng Amerika, ito ang mga bakunang kanilang tinatanggap for intended travel sa Estados Unidos simula Nobyembre. Ito po ang Pfizer, Moderna, J&J Janssen, at kasama rin yung mga aprobado ng WHO gaya ng AstraZeneca, Covishield, at syempre yung nagagamit natin sa Pilipinas, Sinopharm at Sinovac. Sa Europa naman po, ito rin ang mga bakunang kinikilala. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, iba-ibang brand po yung AstraZeneca, no? Yung Vaxzevria, yung SK Bioscience, at saka yung Covishield Janssen. Yung Moderna, at yung ginagamit natin, Sinopharm at Sinovac. Mabuting balita po yan. Sa COVID-19 update naman po, nasa 12,159 ang nai-report ng bagong kaso ayon sa October 10, 2021. Now, bumaba po talaga ang ating R0, no? Nasa 0.61% na po, no? Ibig sabihin, we are now within the recommended level of 1%. Ang inaantay na lang po natin ay bumaba yung ating positivity rate kasi ang positivity rate natin ay nasa 13 pa rin. Ang kinakailangan po natin ay mapababayan sa 5. At ang ating ang mga kaso ay bumababa po ng 29%, bumaba, lowest since August 6 to 12. Okay? So, good job again, Philippines. Patuloy ang pagtaas ng ating recovery rate po. Nasa 95.1% na po ito. Ang mga bagong kaso po ngayon ay ang bagong kaso po ng COVID ay ang active cases po natin ngayon ay 90,927. Ang nadagdag na kaso po ay, teka po, nawawala yung data ng nabanggat na kaso. 12,159 ang na-report ng mga bagong kaso ayon sa October 10, 2021 datos ng DOH. Lampas 2.2 milyon or 2,536,011 ang mga gumaling. Patuloy ang pagtaas ng ating recovery rate, nasa 95.1% na po ito. Patuloy naman po ang ating positivity rate na nasa 15.9%. I will stand corrected, no? Oo, kasi meron pong isang finding na bumaba po siya ng 13 but I stand corrected. The positivity rate has gone down to 15.9%. Pero malaking bagay po yan kasi nung kailan lang, no, parang 25% po yan. Pero we still have to aim na pababain po yan hanggang 5%. Huwag natin kalimutan po, mag-mask, hugas iwas, maging ligtas sa COVID-19 at huwag pumunta sa 3 Cs, close, crowded, close contact. Samantala, nasa 39,624 ang binuway ng buhay dahil po sa coronavirus, nakikirapay po kami. Nasa 1.49 po ang ating case fatality rate. Ito naman po ang kalagayan ng ating mga ospital, no? Mabuting balita po, sa Metro Manila, nasa moderate risk na po ang ICU beds natin at 69%. Pagamat sa buong Pilipinas, nasa 70% pa rin po. Kaya high risk ang buong Pilipinas. Pero Metro Manila, moderate risk na po ang ICU beds. At wala na pong banta sa lahat ng mga kama natin. Sa isolation beds, 54% na lang po nagagamit. Sa Metro Manila, 44% na lamang. Sa ward beds, 56% na lang po nagagamit. Sa Metro Manila, 50% na lang. Mga ventilators, 50% na lang po nagagamit sa buong Pilipinas at 51% lang po sa Metro Manila. Sa ibang mga bagay, binabati natin si Maria Ressa bilang kauna-unahang Pilipino na nagwagi sa Nobel Peace Prize. At siyempre po, nakikiramay rin po kami sa pagyao ni Commission on Human Rights Chairman Jose Luis Martin Chito Gascon. We offer our prayers as tributes pour in to honor the life and service of Chairman Gascon. May he rest in peace. Dito po nagtatapos ang ating presentasyon. Makakasama po natin ngayon si CHED Chair Prospero Popoy de Vera. Chair, ang naririnig namin palagi ang tinig ni Secretary Liling Briones tungkol sa face-to-face pilot ng ating mga chikiting. Ano naman po ang ating prospects na face-to-face para sa ating mga colleges and university?
Thank you, Smoksari. Actually, nauna tayo nagsimula. Noong January pa tayo, nung pinayagan ni Pangulo, ang limited face-to-face sa medicine and allied health sciences. So 11 degree programs mula noong January ay nagsimula ng limited face-to-face at 181 ang mga pamantasan na na-inspect jointly by CHED, by DOH, by the local governments at pinayagang magbukas ng limited face-to-face. Yung 181 schools na yan, ang total number of degree programs na pinayagan na mag-limited face-to-face ay 301 as of last couple of weeks. No? Kaya ang number of students na pinayagan na mag-limited face-to-face ay 21,000 students and more than 1,000 faculty members. So ang magandang balita ay itong mga nakaraang buwan, napakababa ang infection rate, less than 1% para sa mga estudyante at 1.41% lamang sa mga faculty na nagfe-face-to-face ang na-infect ng COVID. Lahat sila ay asymptomatic, walang namatay, walang na-ospital sa kanila. So ang ibig sabihin, yung guidelines na inisyu ng CHED at DOH ay mahigpit at protektado ang kalagayan ng ating mga estudyante at faculty members. Kaya nagpapasalamat ang komisyon dahil pinayagan na ni Pangulong Duterte na i-expand yung limited face-to-face mula doon sa original na medicine and allied health sciences, pinayagan na sa engineering and technology courses, sa hospitality, hotel and restaurant management, tourism, travel management, at marine engineering at marine transportation. Itong next batch, Smoksari, ang pinakamalaki kasi madaming eskwelahan ang merong engineering and technology courses. So ang tansya namin dyan, lagpas 20 degree programs ang papayagang mag-limited face-to-face. Na-issue ko na yung guidelines para sa mga eskwelahan. Sila ngayon ay nagsisimula ng mag-apply para ma-inspect at matignan at mapayagang magbukas. Kaya all systems go na as far as higher education is concerned dito sa mga limited face-to-face. So all in all, more than 30 programs, degree programs are now allowed to do limited face-to-face all over the country. Ang isa pang magandang balita na aming nalaman doon sa aming pag-monitor sa ground level ay marami sa ating mga universities ang mataas ang vaccination rate. Dahil doon sa unang batch ng mga pinayagang mag-face-to-face, pumayag ang Department of Health na i-classify ang mga estudyante at mga guro doon sa limited face-to-face for medicine and allied health sciences bilang frontline workers. Kaya sila ay na-classify as A1. At ang IATF naman noong Abril ay pumayag na itaas ang classification ng education frontliners from B1 to A4. So yung mga pamantasan na maganda ang kanilang pakikipag-ugnayan sa kanilang local governments ay mataas ang kanilang vaccination rate. Halimbawa, ang Mariano Marcos State University sa Ilocos Norte, dahil meron silang medical and allied health programs, meron pa silang malakas na connection sa ospital, 91% ng kanilang faculty, 97% ng mga estudyante na face-to-face ay bakunado na. Kaya't meron tayong naidagdag na another layer of protection para sa ating mga estudyante. Itong mga nakaraang linggo, nagsimula ng mag-report ang mga pamantasan sa kanilang vaccination program dahil nga paparating na mas maraming bakuna, kaya sila'y tututukan natin. Ang napansin natin, yung mga lugar na medyo malayo sa Metro Manila at medyo kapos ang mga vaccines, medyo mababa pa ang percentage ng nabakunahan ng mga empleyado at mga estudyante. No? Halimbawa, sa Aklan State University, 79% ang hindi pa nabakunahan. Sa Palawan State University, 66% ng mga estudyante. Ang University of Eastern Philippines sa Samar ay between 50 to 72% ang vaccination nila across campuses. At sa Davao de Oro State College ay 26% pa lang ang mga nabakunahan. No? So medyo mababa kasi siguro kulang pang supply sa mga lugar na yan. Pero dahil alam na natin kung ano ang vaccination rate nila at inutusan natin ang mga pamantasan na makipag-ugnayan sa kanilang mga local governments, pagdating ng mas maraming bakuna ay tataas na ang vaccination sa mga lugar na yan. Dito sa Metro Manila, ang ilang eskwelahan tulad ng PhilSCA sa Pasay, 82% ng faculty members ang vaccinated na at 78% ng administrative staff. So sila ay masipag na tinututukan ang vaccination kahit nasa Zamboanga sa mga pamantasan doon, 66% ng kanilang education faculty and employees are already vaccinated. No? Sa probinsya ni Speaker Velasco sa Debenscat, 64% ng mga faculty at employees ng Debenscat ay bakunado na. So natututukan natin per school ang pagtutok natin ngayon sa mga higher education institutions. At sa report ko on October 6 as far as higher education personnel is concerned, ito ay report galing sa 1,488 universities and colleges in the country. As far as higher education personnel is concerned, 73% of higher education personnel ay vaccinated na. So malapit na tayo doon sa percentage na kailangan para maging ligtas talaga sila. So sa Miyerkules, palagay ko kasama yata kita dito, Spokeshari, ang ginagawa ng CHED ngayon ay gumawa na ng caravan, vaccination caravan sa iba't ibang lugar ng Pilipinas. So October 13, Wednesday, kami pupunta sa Mabalacat City College at Our Lady of Fatima University sa San Fernando, Pampanga para magbakuna ng mga estudyante nila. About 1,500 students will be vaccinated during that day. At sa susunod na araw, October 14, nakipupunta sa University of Southeastern Philippines sa Davao para magbakuna ng obserbahan yung pagbabakuna ng 100 higher education personnel at 100 students. At sa susunod na linggo, sana masamahan mo din kami dito, Spokeshari, magbabakuna naman tayo ng mga 300 student athletes sa UP College of Human Kinetics. Ito yung mga student athletes sa NCAA at UAAP sa iba't ibang lugar sa Manila. Gagawa tayo. This is to highlight the urgency of vaccination and encourage all education personnel, faculty, administrators, and students to immediately get vaccinated. Dahil marami ng bakunang papadating at nag-utos na ang Pangulong Duterte na simula October 15, talagang puspusan na ang ating pagbabakuna ng ating mga mamamayan. Yan ang aking report, Sec. Harry, as far as the limited face-to-face at saka yung vaccination program sa higher education sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair De Vera. Isang tanong ko lang po, no? Dahil ang mga college students sa mga yon, dahil may K-12, karamihan po yan na 18 years old na, no? At dahil sa Metro Manila po, halos 80% na ang ating nabakunahan, meron ba kayong fearless prediction kung kailan aasahan na mag-face-to-face? Although this is non-binding, estimate lang po. Dahil syempre it is dependent on the decision of the President, no?
Doon
Estimate
sa,
lang.
Spokeshari, doon sa naunang sektor, yung medical and allied health sciences, nung nagtumaas ang infection rate sa Metro Manila, humingi ang mga pamantasan ng otorisasyon na payagan pa rin sila mag-limited face-to-face kahit na sila ay nasa restricted area, at pinayagan naman ng Pangulo ito. Ito'y dahil sa implementasyon, napansin natin na very careful ang mga eskwelahan. Very safe ang mga estudyante at hindi sila na-infect. Kaya pinayagan ng Pangulo na kahit na ECQ or MECQ, basta nasa Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, humingi lang sila ng pahintulot sa CHED at IATF at papayagan na sila. So yung ating mga limited face-to-face sa Metro Manila, sa Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, tuloy-tuloy na ang kanilang face-to-face dahil mataas ang kanilang vaccination rate, yung mga eskwelahan. So ang basis natin kung papayagan sila ay kung yung protocols ay nasusunod, kung yung guidelines ay nasusunod, at kung yung vaccination level ay mataas na. So yan yung sa Metro Manila situation natin. Titignan natin sa next batch ng mga degree programs kung ligtas pa rin ang mga estudyante at mga guro, at baka papayagan din sila kahit na medyo restricted area pa yung kanilang mga lugar.
So malapit-lapit na po, Chair De Vera.
Oo, ang susunod naming pinag-aaralan na spokeshari ay in addition to limited face-to-face by degree program, pinag-aaralan na namin kung pwedeng payagan ng mga eskwelahan na mag-limited face-to-face in all degree programs in areas that have very low COVID prevalence and also very high vaccination rate. So tinitingnan na namin kasi may mga lugar sa Pilipinas, kagaya nga dun sa Mariano Marcos State University sa Ilocos Norte, ay napakataas ang kanilang vaccination rate. Kung papayag ang local government, kung mataas ng vaccination rate sa area, mababa naman ang classification nila as far as COVID is concerned, baka papayagan na natin pagdating sa mga susunod na buwan ng mga eskwelahan na magli-limited face-to-face in all their degree programs as long as they abide by the guidelines and they are inspected. So magiging dalawa yung ating limited face-to-face by degree program and possibly by geographic area. Yun ang ating pinag-aaralan ngayon.
Okay. Salamat, Chair. So mga college students, buwan na lang po ang bibilangin. Punta na tayo sa ating open forum. Yusek Roque, go ahead please.
Yes, good afternoon Secretary Roque at sa ating pong bisita. Ang una pong tanong mula kay Chris Jose ng Remate Online, sinabi po ng Octa Research Group na posible ng isailalim sa low risk classification ng COVID-19 ng buong Metro Manila sa katapusan daw po ng buwan dahil sa patuloy na pagbaba ng kaso ng COVID-19. Kayo daw po sa IATF, nakikita nyo rin po ba ang ganitong posibilidad o maaaring pagluwag sa quarantine classification sa Metro Manila? Similar question po yan with Creseling Catarong ng SMNI.
Alam niyo po, datos ang nagsasabi kung bababa ang quarantine classification. Ang mabuting balita po ay pagdating po sa ICU capacity, for the first time po in many months, ang Metro Manila po ay nasa moderate risk. And that is also a factor to consider in lowering the quarantine classification. Pero meron pa rin po tayong tinitingnan, ito po ang 2-week ang growth in cases na yung 2-week at saka yung daily. At makikita po natin na sa NCR, negative din po ito. Okay? Itong tinitingnan ko pong datos ay hindi ko lang alam kung anong date, pero ang nakikita ko pong datos sa NCR, October 10 datos po is negative 13% at negative 46%. Ang previous 3 to 4 versus 5 to 6 weeks at saka recent 1 to 2 versus previous 3 to 4 weeks. So mukhang pareho po on the basis of 2-week growth rate, average daily attack rate at saka healthcare utilization rate. Meron pong datos na nagpapakita that we can lower the quarantine classification. Pero kasi nga po, ang eksperimento natin dito sa Metro Manila is a pilot. Kinakailangan pag-aralan muna ang resulta ng pilot. Pero kung ang gagamitin niyo yung GCQ, MGCQ, ganyan, tayo naman po ay on GCQ with alert level system. So I would say po that the data supports a reduction of the alert level, but that's ultimately the decision of the IATF. So abangan na lang po natin. Magpupulong naman po yan on Thursday.
Opo, sunod po niyan tanong, Batid naman ng publiko na hindi po tatakbo sa pagkapangulo si Mayor Sara Duterte na naging basihan ninyo ng inyong pagtakbo sa pagka-senador. Hindi ba sumama ang loob ninyo sa kanya dahil sa kanyang naging desisyon? Mananatili pa rin pa kayang tagapagsalita ng Pangulo? Mensahe po kay Mayor Sara na nagpositibo po sa COVID-19.
Well, gaya na aking sinabi nung ating last press briefing, narito pa rin po tayo as spokes, so we are still spokesperson. No? Ako po, hindi sumama ang loob ko. Bakit po? Sinabi talaga sa akin ni Mayor Sara nung ako'y nakipag-usap sa kanya na mayor ang kanyang takbo. That was when my heart was broken dahil I wanted her to run for president. Pero syempre, umaasa tayo na baka magbagong isip. Pero hindi na nagbago. So sa akin po, alam ko na po ang desisyon. I was still praying and hoping na magbabago, pero wala pong dahilan para sumakit ang aking loob. Ang aming huling pag-uusap po ni Mayor Sara was on last Friday, at ang sabi ko na lang, in due course, kailangan po natin pag-usapan kung anong gagawin sa mga supporters ni Mayor Sara, na siyempre po, umasa na siya itatakbo. Pero wala pong samaan ng loob. No? Talagang desisyon naman po yan ng kandidato. No? Now, yun po, no? Ang mensahe po natin kay Mayor Sara at saka sa kanyang pamilya, please keep safe and get well soon.
Opo. Mula naman po kay Kylie Atienza ng Business World, has the President already signed the proposed LPG regulation law?
Wala pa po. Wala pa pong dumarating sa palasyo.
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Secretary
punta tayo kay
Roque.
Trish Terada, please.
Hi, good afternoon, Spokes Harry. Sir, narinig ko po kanina, binati niyo po si Ms. Maria Ressa for her win in the Nobel Peace Prize, no? But sir, can we have a bit of an elaboration? Because usually, Malacanang would release statements congratulating Filipinos who achieved something, whether in the country or abroad. But what can you say about the Nobel Peace Prize awarded to Ms. Ressa? What does that mean for the government?
Well, it's a victory for a Filipina and we're very happy for that. Kasi wala naman pong utak talangka dito sa Malacanang. But of course, it is true that there are individuals who feel that Maria Ressa still has to clear her name before our courts, as in fact, she's a convicted felon for libel, cyber libel in the Philippines, and she faces other cases in the Philippines. Now, that's for the courts to decide. Now, of course, we are also mindful of a very articulate article written by national artist F. Sionel Jose, and perhaps we should quote F. Sionel Jose because it does not help if this comes from Malacanang. So this comes from a national artist. I've criticized Duterte, but not on press freedom. The Philippine press is alive and well, not because of Maria Ressa. No writer is in jail. There is no censorship. Duterte hasn't closed a single newspaper or radio station. The closure of ABS-CBN was made by Congress, which did not renew the ABS-CBN franchise. Sure, he influenced Congress, but the real issue against ABS-CBN, as I have pointed out, is not press freedom, but money, politics, power, and its abuse by officers who own the TV network. Sure, journalists have been killed in the Duterte regime, but just as it was in the past administrations. But those killings cannot be laid at Duterte's door. Usually, they are made by minor politicians or officials attacked by journalists. The real test for journalists was made during the Marcos dictatorship when he imposed censorship, closed on media, and jailed journalists. Let's just say Malacanang agrees with our national artists.
Mm-hmm. But sir, what about the sentiments? But because right now in this modern times, oppression or yung attack sa journalism doesn't just come in the form of killing or complete censorship, but in a way the actions, some would say, would have created a chilling effect among other journalists, among media institutions. And may mga nagsasabi po na itong pagkapanalo po ni Ms. Ressa highlights the importance of press freedom and freedom of expression, and in a way shows na yung efforts, there are really efforts to silence the media and truth during this administration. Do you agree also to sentiments na this could be a slap to Malacanang's face? Is it something that the government can be proud of?
Certainly not. It is not a slap on the government. It was made by private individuals in Norway. We respect their decision, but as I said, criminal liability of Maria Ressa remains pending in our courts, and we leave it to our courts to decide on her fate. There is no slap there because as everyone knows, No one has ever been censored in the Philippines. You cannot blame Congress for not renewing the franchise of ABS-CBN because that is one of their powers. That is not an order emanating from the executive, nor is it a matter within the jurisdiction of the executive.
Sir, no direct censorship, no blatant censorship, but what about yung sentiment, sir, that the actions that the government took could have created chilling effect on other media institutions, on journalists?
A journalist who claims a chilling effect should not be a journalist.
All right, sir, just on another topic, yung dun po kanina follow-up and sir dun sa Octa research, is the IATF now preparing for an alert level 3 scenario?
I do not know kasi I do not want to be accused of prejudging and preempting the IATF. All that I said is that the data supports a lowering of the alert level, no? Especially the ICU utilization rate and the overall healthcare utilization rate of Metro Manila.
Sir, one last note, may talk to the people po ba mamaya?
Meron po. From
Thank you
Davao City.
All right, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you very much, Trish. Yusek Roque, please.
Yes, Secretary, may follow-up lang po si Laila Salaveria ng Inquirer. What does it think of the Nobel Prize Committee recognizing her for using freedom of expression to expose abuse of power, use of violence, and growing authoritarianism in the Philippines? Is also said Rappler has focused critical attention on the anti-drug campaign, which is described as murderous, and further said the number of deaths is so high that the campaign resembles a war waged against the country's own population. How does it view this observation?
Already answered, and let me state also that all surveys indicate that the people overwhelmingly support the president's war on drugs. So I guess Rappler has to do more writings.
Ang second po rin po niya, the Nobel Prize Committee also said free, independent, and fact-based journalism serves to protect against abuse of power, lies, and war propaganda. How can the government ensure this will thrive when media outlets in the country have been shut down and threatened?
Excuse me, wala po ka tayong pinasara. Kinakailangan po ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN na hindi nila nakuha. Name an outlet, a media outlet that the president has ordered closed. Then I answer your question. Pero as of now po, press freedom is alive and the proof is even the Nobel Prize Award given to Maria Ressa.
From Creseling Katarong ng SMNI, may ginawa na bang paghahanda ang pamahalaan para sa darating na undas? May ilalabas bang possible guidelines para sa undas sa gitna pa rin po ng nararanasang pandemya?
Wala pa po ang balita from the ITF, pero siguro I will propose already on Thursday kasi kinakailangan naman may advance notice sa mga taong bayan.
Opo. From Maricel Halili ng TV5, what's the directive of the President about the Filipino nurse in the United States who died after being assaulted by a mentally disturbed homeless man in New York City? What will the government do?
All victims of violation of the right to life are entitled to a speedy domestic remedy. No? So we appeal, of course, to the U.S. administration to investigate and prosecute the killer of this Filipino nurse. Assaulted
From
pala.
Maricel,
Oh yeah, died. No? So we call upon the U.S. government to do what is incumbent upon any state, no, where there is a killing.
From Maricel Halili ng TV5, the substitution is until November 15. What are the chances that Mayor Sara will still run for president?
Well, ayoko pong pangunahan si Mayor Sara and she has a spokesperson, so please ask Mayor Garcia Frasco.
From Jam Pusalan ng ABS-CBN Online, Senator Binay has hit COMELEC for the alleged preferential treatment given to President Duterte and his party during last week's filing of COC. Do you disagree the President and his allies got a VIP treatment? How would you like to address Senator Binay's criticism that if COMELEC can't be fair and partial towards administration bets, then what will the 2022 elections be like?
I leave that for Mr. Jimenez to comment on. That's something for COMELEC to comment.
Second question po niya ni Jam Punsalan, did the President have any recent contact contact with COVID-stricken Mayor Sara. Is everything okay with the President's health? Similar question with Maricel Nalini of TV5.
I can only surmise that there was no contact, otherwise Mayor Sara would probably a candidate by now. Secondly, tuloy po ang talk to the people, and I will be flying to Davao right after my press briefing together with the selected members of the IATF. So hindi naman po kami papupuntahin doon kung meron pong close contact si Presidente.
Any update daw po sa bill seeking to postpone the BARM elections?
Well, all I know is that both houses have passed it. No? So there is no impediment for it to become law. It becomes law if the President does not sign it, no, within a certain number of days. No? So sa akin po, wala na pong gusto yan. I think the elections will really be postponed. And the members of the BARM will be appointed by the President.
From Joseph Morong ng GMA News, the Philippine College of Physicians for former health and 300 doctors have signed a statement calling on the President to order relevant government officials to appear before the Senate inquiry into alleged anomalies in the spending of DOH fund. Will President retract his ban?
No po, siguro yung statement was drafted way before the 12 hearings were conducted. Siguro po, natagalan niyang pirmahan, pero hindi po ever pinagbawalan ni Presidente nung mga unang panahon na umapir ang kanyang mga kalihim. In fact, they appeared before 12 hearings of the Senate and the House, and he only said, tigil na yan after 12 kasi wala namang bago pong tinatanong at walang bagong sagot.
Opo. Second question po ni Joseph Morong, they also hope that the Senate submit a document evidence and file cases before the DOJ and the Ombudsman. Will the President support this?
That came from the President. Kung talagang what they want to do is oversight function and prosecution for crimes committed, leave it to the DOJ and the Ombudsman. So it's not just something that the President supports, it's something that the President proposed. Leave it to the DOJ and the Ombudsman.
Opo, they also want an independent body put up to gather evidence regarding the alleged anomalies. Will the President support this?
Proposal lang nga po ni Presidente yan. Ang mga piskal po, when they conduct preliminary investigation, act independently because that's quasi-judicial. And the Ombudsman, on the other hand, is an independent constitutional body.
Opo, follow-up lang po ni Joseph Morong, meaning future hearings, will the President allow Cabinet Secretaries to attend?
Hindi na po siguro dahil na-issue na yung memorandum sa mga kalihim.
From Ivan Irina ng GMA News, Secretary Joey Concepcion says that even at 30% capacity, some businesses might not be able to afford to pay the 13-month pay and is calling for more easing of restriction to alert level 3 or even alert level 2. Given the current numbers and still with 5 days left to October 15, does the government think we are ready to further ease restrictions? Are we on our way to actually have a Merry Christmas?
Again, without second-guessing the IATF, I agree with Secretary Concepcion. The data does indicate, that we are ready for a lower alert level. Kailangan po ito para mas marami sa atin makapaghanap buhay. Alam niyo naman, paulit-ulit kong sinasabi, wala pong tamad ng Pilipino. Kinakailangan lang, hayaang magtrabaho at maghanap buhay.
From Lenes Campante of GMA News Online, pareho na rin po sila ng tanong ni Joseph Morong. From Ace Romero, what are the chances daw po of Metro Manila being downgraded from alert level 4 to alert level 3 beginning October 15?
I would say it's a high chance of a lowering of alert level.
Okay, thank you, Secretary Roque.
Maraming salamat po. Bago po tayo magtapos, ay binabati ko rin po pala si Congressman Charlie Cojuangco at si dating Deputy Spokesperson